Hi students, this is Mrs. McNamara here. We are going to do a little review of adding and subtracting using the standard algorithm. Let's just for a minute go back to 3rd and 4th grades and review how to add and subtract numbers using some of our place value strategies like stacking and expanded form. So stacking simply means that we're going to line up each place value place. The digits are going to line up, and then we're just going to simply add. So in our ones place, we have 7 ones plus 6 ones, which equals 13. That's 1 10 and 3 ones. Then in our tens place, we have 4 tens plus 7 tens. That equals 110, which is 100 and 110. In our hundreds place, we have 2 hundreds plus 100, which equals 3 hundreds. That gives us our total of 423. So let's take a look at expanded form. If we break apart the top number, 247, we would have 200 plus 40 plus 7. And then for the number 176, we would have 100 plus 70 plus 6. That gives us 300 plus 110 plus 13, which gives us our sum of 423. Now that we've reviewed our 3rd grade strategies, it's time to talk about the standard algorithm for addition that you learned last year. Just a reminder, an algorithm is just a step-by-step process that when we use the steps accurately and correctly each time, it will give us the correct answers. Only if you follow the steps, though. So what are these steps for addition? Well, we line up the numbers like we're adding vertically by place value. We're already pros at this, so when you learned this last year, you should have been able to line up all those numbers by place value. So the ones place over the ones place, tens over tens, hundreds over hundreds. Then we start all the way on the right, and we add each place separately. We also regroup if necessary, which just means we move each digit to its correct place. So let's take a look at our example. In the ones place, we stacked 7 over 8. So 7 plus 8 is 15. The 5 goes below the ones place, and the 1 is regrouped into the tens place. So that gives us 7 tens plus 4 tens, which is 11, plus the 1 that we regrouped, which is 12. We bring the 2 down below the tens place and regroup our 1 into the hundreds place. So again, we have 5 hundreds plus 2 hundreds, which is 7 hundreds, plus the 1, which is 8. That gives us 8 hundreds. So our answer is 825. Now, did you notice how stacking and expanded form strategies kind of lined up with the standard algorithm? Stacking and expanded form and standard algorithm all give you the same answer. Look at our ones place. We put a 5 in our ones place. There was no regrouping in this example. But in the tens place, we did have to regroup. We had to move that 100 to its correct place value, which is how we ended up with a 9 in the hundreds place. Now, let's do some subtracting. So in 3rd grade, you were using place value like pros. We broke apart those numbers. So for example, we had 800 plus 30 plus 2 minus 200 plus 50 plus 8, which gives you your total, right? So that subtracted from each other, right, would give you 574. So again, let's remember those steps from 4th grade. You line them up by place value, okay? So ones place, tens place, hundreds place. You start at the right and move your way to the left, and you regroup as necessary. We should know that we cannot take 3, right, and take 7 away from those. We can't take 7 away from 3. So what does that mean? We have to regroup a 10 from the tens place. So we do that by taking a 10 out. The 9 becomes an 8. The ones becomes a 13. 13 minus 7 gives us 6. Then we have to do nothing else in our tens place because we can take 8 from 8, which gives us 0. And our hundreds place, we can take 3 from 6, so that gives us a 3. So our final answer, our difference is 306. Again, just making that connection between expanded form and the standard algorithm. You'll see broken apart or stacked by using the standard algorithm, you get the same answer. So that was really fun to visit, and there's so much more to learn. So let's go back to the future and just try a couple examples before we get into our lesson. So here are our examples. Find the sum. Okay, so top row is where we're going to be doing our regrouping. So 7 plus 6 gives us 13. Okay, and then we have 8 plus 5 plus 1 gives us 14. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 4 plus 4 is 8, which gives us our final answer of 12,343. Let's subtract to find the difference. We know we can't take 7 away from 6, so we need to do some regrouping. Now we've taken a 10 from the tens place and put it over into the ones place. So 16 minus 7 would give us 9. Okay, and then we cannot take 5 from 3. So again, some regrouping there. And we take 100 from the hundreds place and move that right on over to the tens. So 13 minus 5 is 8. Again, we cannot take 3 from 1, so we're going to do a little regrouping. Bring that over from the thousandths place, and we have 11 minus 3, which is 8, and 7 minus 0 is 7, so our answer is 7,889. Great job revisiting our using our strategies to do place value subtraction, stacking with place value, and our standard algorithm. And I hope that this helps you get ready because the first lesson is up next. And guess what? We are going to apply these strategies to adding and subtracting decimals. Okay, I'll see you all at the lesson.